Look at her dress. Did she get it from the clearance rack at Target? My mother-in-law said that into the microphone at my wedding reception in front of 500 guests. The room erupted in laughter. I bet she doesn't even have $500 in her bank account. Someone shouted from the back. More laughter. My husband Ethan. He just stood there smiling like this was normal. His father David clinked his champagne glass. Let's be honest, we all know why she's here. Some girls spread their legs for a meal. This one did it for a meal ticket. The crowd went wild, cameras flashing, people recording on their phones. And me, I stood there in my clearance rack dress, holding my bouquet, counting down. 7 minutes. In exactly 7 minutes, the $950 million deal that would save their entire empire from bankruptcy was going to die. And I was going to be the one to kill it with the phone hidden in my flowers while they were still laughing at me. But before I tell you what happened when that timer hit 0, you need to understand something. This wasn't random. This wasn't bad luck. This was revenge. 3 years in the making. My name is Jasmine Baptiste and David Morrison killed my father. Picture this. I'm 26, working 3 jobs to pay for my mom's chemo, cashier at Target during the day, tutoring kids at night, catering on weekends. That's how I met Ethan Morrison. I was serving champagne at a charity gala when he grabbed my wrist. Not my attention, my wrist. You're too pretty to be serving drinks. When he offered me $1,000 to sit and talk for an hour, I said, yes. I needed that money for mom's medication. 1 hour turned into a date. 1 date turned into a relationship. 6 months later, I was meeting his family. That first dinner should have been my warning. His mother, Catherine, looked at me like I was a stain on her Persian rug. So, Jasmine, where are you from? Atlanta, originally. No, I mean, where are you from? Everyone knew what she meant. Ethan said nothing. The interrogation continued. When I told them I worked at Target, David actually spit out his wine. Target, the store. I could hear them whispering in the kitchen. A retail worker. A black retail worker. Think about our reputation. At least when he dated that dancer, she was Asian. But here's what they didn't know. When I was 12, my father didn't just die. He was murdered, shot by a business partner who stole his tech company and made it look like a robbery gone wrong. That partner, David Morrison. My father, William Baptiste, created the algorithm that became the foundation of Morrison Technologies, worth billions now. But dead men can't claim patents. I discovered the truth when I turned 18. Mom finally showed me the police files she'd hidden for years. My father's partner had called him to the office at 11 p.m. on a Tuesday. Security cameras mysteriously malfunctioned. The safe was opened with my father's code, but nothing was taken except the algorithm blueprints. David Morrison filed the patent 6 months later under his name. Same code, same structure, same revolutionary design my father had spent 3 years perfecting. The detective who worked the case was honest. We knew it wasn't random, but Morrison had an alibi dinner with the mayor, had receipts, witnesses, the whole 9 yards. We couldn't prove he hired someone, but I could. For 14 years, I'd been planning, learning, preparing, building a case that would destroy him completely. I got a job at Target near their office because David's assistant shopped there every Tuesday. I learned coding at night to understand my father's work. I studied every financial report Morrison Technologies ever filed. When Ethan grabbed my wrist at that charity gala, I knew exactly who he was. So, I became what he wanted. Broken, needy, a project he could fix. My mom has cancer, I told him on our 3rd date. True, I'm struggling to pay for treatment. True, I just need someone to believe in me. A lie wrapped in truth. Ethan fell for it completely. His family hated every second of it. The insults started small, then got bolder. You people usually have lots of kids. Are you on birth control? The crime rate in your neighborhood must be terrifying. Do you have a criminal record? We should check. Every dinner was torture. Every family event was a battlefield. But I had a secret weapon they never saw coming. While they were mocking my little retail job, I was quietly building something extraordinary. I'd revolutionized my father's algorithm, filed patents under a shell company, built a platform that made Morrison Technologies obsolete. Then I sold it to Jang Industries, Morrison's biggest competitor, for $500 million. But I structured the deal. So I became Zhang's senior VP of acquisitions. My first assignment, evaluate Morrison Technologies for potential acquisition. The same company built on my dead father's work. The same company that thought I was nothing. The same company desperately seeking a buyer before bankruptcy. They had no idea. To them, I was still just the Target cashier dating their son. The proposal happened exactly how I orchestrated it. 3 months beforehand, I started dropping hints to Catherine through her personal shopper, who happened to be my Target coworker. That poor Jasmine girl keeps looking at wedding rings. She mentioned wanting a spring wedding. She actually thinks Ethan will propose. Catherine went into overdrive trying to prevent it. She set Ethan up with other women. She threatened to cut off his trust fund, but that only made Ethan more determined. He thought he was rebelling. Really, he was playing into my hands. The proposal was perfect, public enough that he couldn't take it back. I said yes because Zhang Industries had just approved the Morrison acquisition timeline. Due diligence 3 months, negotiations 2 months, final approval, the week of my wedding. Morrison Technologies was drowning. Bad investments, worse management, and too much pride to admit defeat. They needed $950 million to survive. Zhang Industries was their only hope, and I was Zhang Industries' final decision maker. The wedding planning revealed Catherine's true colors. We'll have it at the country club. Our kind of people only. What about my family? Your mother can come if she's presentable. The rest, quality over quantity, dear. Every vendor made comments. We'll use white orchids. They'll make your skin look less harsh. I specialize in making ethnic features more refined. I'll make sure the lighting doesn't make you look too dark for my own wedding photos. During dress shopping, Catherine brought her entire social circle. I tried on a simple, elegant dress I genuinely loved. Oh, no, Catherine said immediately. You need structure, support, something to give you shape. I have shape, yes, but not the right kind. We need to minimize certain areas, make you look less urban. Her friend Patricia chimed in. Have you considered Spanx? They work miracles on problem bodies. Problem bodies. I was a size 6. They spent 4 hours discussing how to fix me, how to hide what I was. I bought the Target dress that day online. $47.99. Knew exactly when I'd reveal it. 1 week before the wedding, David called me into his office with a prenup. But this wasn't just about money. This was about control. If I ever worked in tech, Morrison Technologies owned the rights. If I ever started a business, Ethan got 75% ownership. If we divorced for any reason, I owed them $10 million. Sign it or the wedding's off. I signed it with a smile because prenups are void if entered under false pretenses. And David Morrison pretending he didn't murder my father. That's the ultimate false pretense. 3 days before the wedding, Zhang Industries made their formal offer to Morrison Technologies, $950 million for full acquisition. The Morrison board was ecstatic. The catch, final approval required one sign-off from Zhang's acquisition team. Guess who was flying in specifically for that sign-off? Me. But they didn't know that yet. The wedding day started with Catherine barging into my suite at 6 a.m. Your hair. It's too big. We need to tame it. She'd brought a hair stylist who looked at my natural hair like it was a crime scene. We'll straighten it, the stylist announced. Make it sleek, appropriate. No, I said, excuse me. I said, no, my hair stays natural. Jasmine, don't be difficult. Not today. My name is Jasmine Baptiste. My father was William Baptiste, and my hair stays natural. Catherine's face went through several emotions. Confusion, anger, then fear. Baptiste. That's an interesting name. It's a powerful name. My father told me that before he died. She left making a phone call, her face pale. Too late, Catherine. Too late. The ceremony was everything they wanted. Excessive, cold, and white. I walked down the aisle to Wagner, Catherine's choice, because nothing says wedding like Hitler's favorite composer. The vows were standard lies. Love, honor, cherish, obey. They'd specifically added obey to my vows only. You may kiss the bride. Our last kiss, though he didn't know it yet. The reception started with cocktails and casual cruelty. Then Catherine grabbed the microphone for her toast. When Ethan first brought Jasmine home, I'll be honest, we were shocked. She wasn't what we expected. Not our culture, not our class. Nervous laughter from the crowd. Look at her dress. Did she get it from the clearance rack at Target? I mean, we offered to pay for a real dress, but some people just don't know quality when they see it. The room exploded in laughter. I bet she doesn't even have $500 in her bank account, someone shouted. David stood up, drunk on champagne and cruelty. Let's be honest, we all know why she's here. Some girls spread their legs for a meal. This one did it for a meal ticket. Ethan laughed, actually laughed at his own wedding. At his wife. That's when my phone buzzed. Text from Zhang's CEO. Ready when you are. Morrison board is waiting for final approval. I stood up slowly. The room quieted, expecting me to run out crying. Instead, I reached into my bouquet and pulled out my phone. You're right about the dress, I said into the microphone. I did get it at Target with my employee discount, $47.99. And you know what? It's worth more than everything you're wearing, Catherine. A few people laughed nervously. But you're wrong about my bank account. I held up my phone, showing my Zhang Industries corporate account balance. $347 million. Dead silence. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I forget to mention? I'm the Senior VP of Acquisitions at Zhang Industries. You know, the company that's about to save your pathetic empire. David sobered instantly, his champagne glass slipping from his hand and shattering on the floor. That's impossible, is it, David? For 3 years, you've been begging Zhang to acquire Morrison Technologies. Every email, every desperate plea, it all came to me. I watched his face cycle through emotions, disbelief, recognition, terror. But you work at Target, Catherine stammered, her voice barely a whisper. I do, part-time. Keeps me humble, unlike you people who think wealth makes you worthy. Margaret, who'd called me entertainment, was frantically trying to delete her phone recordings. Too late, sweetheart. Patricia, who'd mocked my problem body, looked like she was about to vomit in her designer dress. Sandra clutched her husband's arm, whispering urgently. This can't be real. This can't be happening. The deal. David gasped, his face now completely white. The $950 million deal. Oh, that. I pulled up the contract. The one that needs my signature. The one you leveraged everything for. The one that closes in. I checked my watch. 3 minutes. Ethan's best man leaned over to another groomsman. Dude, is she serious? Is this actually happening? The photographer kept shooting, probably realizing he was capturing the most insane wedding footage of his career. David's brother tried to intervene. Now, wait just a minute, young lady. Shut up, Richard, I snapped. You called me the help at Christmas dinner. Sit down before I decide to investigate your tax evasion, too. Please. Ethan grabbed my hand. Jasmine, baby, don't do this. I yanked my hand away. Don't do what? Save the people who mocked my hair, who called me urban, who said I was entertainment. We'll lose everything, Catherine cried. I know. You can't do this. Actually, I can. David, want to tell them about William Baptiste or should I? David's face went white. I don't know what you're talking about. No, William Baptiste, tech genius, created the algorithm that built Morrison Technologies. Ring any bells? Or did you forget the man you murdered 15 years ago? Gasps rippled through the crowd. That's right. David Morrison killed my father and stole his company, and now I'm taking it all back. That's slander, David shouted, but his voice cracked. Is it? Let me refresh your memory, David. November 15, 2009. You called my father to the office at 11:03 p.m. Told him there was an emergency with the servers. The security guard remembers because you specifically asked him to take his break early. David's hands started shaking. The cameras mysteriously malfunctioned between 11:15 and 11:45, just long enough for someone to enter through the back door, shoot my father twice in the chest, and take the algorithm blueprints from his safe. I wasn't even there, David protested. I was at dinner with Mayor Williams. You were. Until 10:30. The restaurant receipt shows you paid at 10:33. Plenty of time to drive across town and meet Marcus Thompson, the man you hired to kill my father. You can't prove any of this, can't I? Marcus Thompson finally talked 18 months ago. Cancer made him religious. He confessed to shooting William Baptiste on your orders for $50,000. The crowd was dead silent now. Phones recording everything. He's in witness protection. David has been for a year. Federal prosecutors have his full testimony. The murder weapon with your prints on the money envelope, bank records showing the $50,000 withdrawal, everything. Catherine grabbed David's arm. You said it was a robbery. You said, shut up. David snapped. You lied to me for 15 years. You built our entire life on a murdered man's work. Is it? Catherine, you knew, didn't you? That's why you went pale when I said Baptiste. You recognize the name. Catherine's hands shook. I don't. You do. You know exactly who I am. William Baptiste's daughter. The little girl whose father never came home because your husband shot him. 1 minute left on the deal. But Jasmine, Ethan pleaded, I love you. When did you defend me? When your mother called me ghetto? When your father offered me money to disappear, where was your love then? 30 seconds. Catherine fell to her knees. Please, we'll do anything. We'll apologize. Make it right. Can you bring my father back? Can you undo every racist comment, every moment of humiliation? We're sorry. No, you're scared. There's a difference. 10 seconds. Please, David screamed. 5 seconds. I'm begging you, Ethan cried. 3, 2, 1. I hit reject. The notification popped up. Morrison Technologies acquisition terminated. David's phone exploded with calls. Board members screaming. Banks calling in loans. The Morrison empire built on my father's bones crumbled in real time. Wait, I said I'm not done. The room froze. Rejecting the deal was just part 1. Part 2 is more fun. I pulled up another app. This has been live streaming for the last 10 minutes. Every racist comment, every insult, every moment of hatred, it's all been recorded. Catherine looked at the cameras in horror. You recorded us, every single word. Jang Industries isn't just walking away. We're shorting Morrison's stock. Do you know what that means, David? He collapsed into a chair. It means we're betting against you publicly. Morrison Technologies won't just lose the deal. It'll be worthless by market close. You planned this, Catherine whispered. All of it for 3 years. Every insult you threw at me, I wrote down. Every moment you made me feel small, I used as fuel. I started walking toward the exit. Oh, one more thing. That prenup you made me sign, the one saying I owe you $10 million if we divorce, it's void when signed under false pretenses, like hiding a murder. Ethan's face crumbled. But I don't have anything left. I know. Guess you'll have to get a job. I hear Target is hiring. The room exploded in chaos, but I wasn't done. Margaret, you said I was entertainment. You were right. This has been the most entertaining day of my life. Catherine, you spent so much time trying to make me acceptable. You never realized I was never trying to join your family. I was trying to end it. I walked out as the reception hall erupted in screams and the sound of an empire dying. The aftermath was swift and glorious. Within 24 hours, Morrison Technologies stock dropped 99%. David was arrested for my father's murder. Catherine was arrested as an accessory. Every Morrison property was seized. The video went viral. 247 million views in 48 hours. David was convicted of first-degree murder. Life without parole. During sentencing, he broke down. I killed William Baptiste. I stole his work. I built everything on a lie. Catherine got 20 years, her last words to me. I hope you're happy. I'm not happy, I replied. But I'm at peace. Today, I run the William Baptiste Foundation, investing in black-owned tech startups. I still work at Target once a month, not because I need to, but because there's no shame in honest work. The only shame is in stealing, lying, and destroying others to build yourself up. I keep that Target dress framed in my office. Below it, a plaque. This $47.99 dress destroyed a billion-dollar empire. Never underestimate the power of patience. To everyone who's been mocked, belittled, or underestimated, your day is coming. Document everything. Build in silence. Strike with precision. And when the moment comes, when they're comfortable in their cruelty, confident in their superiority, laughing at your clearance rack dress, crush them. This is Jasmine Baptiste. I destroyed an empire in a 47D9 dress. I honored my father with revenge served at my own wedding. I turned their mockery into their memorial. And if I had to do it again, I'd wear an even cheaper dress because revenge doesn't have a price point. If this story hit you where it hurts, drop a comment below. Tell me about your own revenge story, or that moment when you realized the people looking down on you were beneath you all along. Hit that subscribe button if you're ready for more stories of justice served cold and revenge served with receipts. Because trust me, I've got plenty more where this came from. And let me know in the comments, where are you watching from? I see viewers from all over the world dealing with the same kinds of people. Let's build a community of people who refuse to stay.